We have another worksheet that we're going to close read 2 times. We're going to read it. I'm going to read it out loud 1 time, and then you're going to read it on your own another time. Can you please stop eating your snack? Okay. So I'm going to start reading it. I want you to follow closely with your finger, very quietly. You may be paying attention while I'm reading. Okay. Do not go outside without your warm coat, Tom. It is very cold and the snow lies thick on the ground. If you do, then you will catch cold and you will feel sick. But I feel quite warm. Yes, you do now. But see what a large fire there is here? Out of doors, there is no fire and the cold wind blows. If you have no warm coat on, you will feel cold. But Tom thought he was best, so he went outside with no coat on, and he caught a bad cold and cough. He was put to bed with quite sick. Jack, Will, and Tom were supposed to play. Jack, Will, and Tom were supposed to play on the frozen pond the next day, but now Tom was too sick to go. When he was in bed, Tom thought how silly he had been. He would try and do all the things he was told when he got well. Okay, now that we read it 1 time, who was the main character in the story? Who did they talk about a lot? Tom. They talk about Tom. What did Tom's mom tell him to do? Emma. To put on his coat. Okay. Was it cold outside or was it hot outside? Raise your hand, guys. Leah. It was very cold. Why did she tell him that he would need a coat outside? I mean, we know that it's cold out there, but why did he think that he didn't need a coat? He thought that he didn't need a coat outside. Why do you think he thought that? Leela?
He didn't know that he was going to get sick. He thought he was going to be cold out.
Okay. Well, he didn't want to wear a coat, but why didn't he want to wear a coat?
I want to be.
Kaden, do you know why he didn't want to wear a coat?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was already warm.
Because he was warm inside. Okay, now we have an idea. We asked ourselves a couple of questions. We know it's cold outside. We know who the characters are. Let's go. It's warm inside. It's cold outside. All right, now I want you to read this silently 1 time for yourself. As soon as you're done, say done. There's no way you're done. Read it 1 more time. Okay, then.
Remember, I'm going to tell unless someone's hurting you, unless someone's purposely hurting them. Yeah, it is. Yeah, when you listen to the words like John, it's
Done.
then like in the back and the back. Oh, it's
Done.
yeah, but look. I don't want to disagree, so we'll take
Done.
you know what shape and feel. Okay. I've got 1 more on my case.
Done, Emma? Are you done, Kaden?
Yep.
So let's keep no still finishing up. Good job, everyone.
Gracie is a girl. Yeah, I know.
Done.
Okay?
Did I say? Never mind.
Okay, now we'll talk about that. I forgot this. All right. Okay, I'll give you a second.
That one says, oh my God.
Perfect. Now that we've all read it a second time, we should really know this short passage pretty well. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, I'm going to hand everybody a pencil, and I want you to write the answers. Okay, perfect. I want you to write the answers to those questions that are right there. Okay? So go ahead and start now as soon as I give you a pencil. I don't want to do that right now. Let's wait a second, okay?
Spicy. Do you have spicy? I just can't find. There's none There's no more.
All right, then just go ahead and finish your sentences or move on to your next station. Go ahead and do that.
Can I just make a mark sound? Guys, since you can't find enough for the taste, then she just said to make
Answer the questions, please. Owen.
It's bitter. It's like in the back of your tongue. Okay, if you eat a banana or orange part of the eat, that's what bitter. No, it's no, Done. Done.
Put your name on it. When you're done, please put your name on it.
Delicious. Yummy. Sour.
Put your name on it. Your pencil. You're good. We're going to discuss it in a minute. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Just do your best on it. Shh. Guys, let's give Ryan an opportunity to think about it. Think about it a little bit and do your best on it. We're going to talk about these answers in a minute. Do your best. Write something. Tell me something.
I don't think I spelled this one right.
It's okay.
L-I-S-T-E-N.
This isn't a spelling test or anything. This is just to see how well you know the story, if you can answer questions about it. Remember, one of the biggest reasons we close read is to get to know the text really well. If we can't answer questions about the text, we're not doing a good job with the reading. Now, we already discussed a couple of these questions, and we talked about what the story is about, who the characters are, what the setting is, what time of year it might be cold outside. So now what we're going to be doing is, we're going to answer actual questions written about it. All right. So what was the weather like outside? Ryan. Cold. It's cold. How do you know it was cold? Did somebody in the story mention it, Owen? His mom told him it was cold outside, right? What other thing could have given you a clue that it was cold outside? What did she say what was going on in the house that made the house warm? Leela? Well, she said it was snowing. They said it was snowing. There was a big fire inside the house to keep the house nice and warm. So those are our clues. So why doesn't Tom think he needs a coat? What's going on inside that's making him think he doesn't need a coat? Vincent.
Because they have a fire inside, it makes them really warm.
They got a big fire going on inside. It's making the house nice and warm, and it's making him warm.
Because it's warm inside.
Yes, it's warm inside. What, Kaden? Let's just start with the noises. What happened when Tom went out without a coat? What happened, Audrina? Do you know what happened when Tom went outside without a coat on?
He had a bad cold in the house.
He got a bad cold in the cough. Do you think he was comfortable out there? No. So why did Tom think he had been silly, Kaden? Why do you think he felt he was being silly?
Because he didn't wear a coat.
Because he didn't wear a coat. Owen?
Because he didn't listen to his mom.
Because he didn't listen to his mom. Emma?
Because he thought he didn't.
Because he thought he didn't need a coat. Hey, Mila, do you have something to add? He thought he was being silly because he didn't listen to his mom, because it was really cold outside. He didn't do what he was supposed to, so he ended up getting sick. So even though that wasn't a very good result that happened to him, he did learn a lesson and he realized that maybe he should listen to his mom a little bit more, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's it. Make sure your paper has your name on it, and we'll continue this tomorrow.